Right, folks. We've had a fairly nice day going around the town and looking in some of the old fossil shops, and I've got some footage of that, and which I'll be sharing a little bit later. I'm just waiting for the tide to go out because, as you can see, it's still quite far up into the little slope there, and so it'll be another sort of half an hour or so before it'll have a bit of beach. But before then, I'll probably try and walk up and over those rocks there to be able to get out to the fossil area. Oops, there we go. I think I just had a low battery warning, never mind. All right, a few things to talk about. The first thing is to say that I'd sort of forgotten how seeped in Gothic paganism Whitby is. You've got just above us, just on the top of the cliffs there, you've got Whitby Abbey, which is a Gothic style, which was originally named after the Goths, which came from Eastern Europe. It was a particular style from a particular place. Obviously, Goth makes it a lot more, much different connotations now. And it's quite strong here, even to the sense of, like, you know, things like the Dracula was written here. There's vampire themed hotel rooms. There's, especially in October with Halloween. So it's interesting though, because there's a very strong Christian heritage to Whitby, particularly when it comes to St Hilda, which we'll be talking more about tomorrow, because it actually has a lot to do with the fossils as well. So we'll be talking a bit more about that later. But it's sad, I suppose, to see it sort of hijacked. But even worse is, I suppose, in my view, not only the fact that the place has been hijacked by sort of paganistic witchcraft, but also that people seem to be really blasé about it. Even sometimes I've met Christians who still celebrate Halloween and don't have any issue with, doing stuff which is involved in the occult because, it's just a bit of fun. So I think the blasé attitude that a lot of people have is worrying, to say the least. But anyway, we're just waiting for the tide to go out here, and then we can get across to those cliffs there. Probably get out in the next sort of 20 minutes to 30 minutes. I'll be able to climb out over those rocks. But let's actually talk about the geology here. So we're in part of the Jurassic coast. The Jurassic coast, which runs down from the south coast in Dorset, it turns out up in Devon as well, and over into the south of Wales. It runs all the way up through Oxford and then comes out here in Yorkshire and actually carries on all the way up to Scotland. But you can see this sort of cliff face behind me. This is quite a unique Jurassic area. Why? Well, you've got similarities to the Lias. I don't know if we can zoom up. Yes, we can there. So can you remember, if we watched the last Indie Joe's road trip, you know about the Lias. You've got this layers and layers and layers, right? Lias and lias and lias. And you've got the layer of shale, which is there, then the layer of limestone. So you've kind of got that here. The difference is the limestone is a little different here in Whitby. It's actually quite sandy. It's sort of a sandy lime. And what that means is it preserves different kinds of things. It allows, for instance, carbonisation. So you will often find coalified plants here, things like ginkgos, things like your cycads and so on and so forth, which are, of course, living fossils. And these rocks are supposed to be in the realm of sort of 170 odd million years, and yet they're still here today. You get all of your usual contenders and usual sort of suspects from these kind of places as well. Your sort of stuff like your ammonites, you get your deep sea creatures, your crocodiles, your swimming dinosaurs, or plesiosaurs and pliosaurs and ichthyosaurs. In fact, the pier over there, they actually had it laid out. It was quite cool to go and see the sort of imprint of a plesiosaur. And in fact, just up over the other side, in fact, if I turn it around, you'll be able to see just about. If I zoom in and see if I can zoom in a little bit, there we go. Can you see? Can you see the whale bones just up there, which have been set into like a little archway? Well, just around the corner of that great big huge building there that you can see that goes all the way along, there's actually the Whitby Museum and Panay Park. And Panay Park has a living fossil garden in it, which I'm hoping to be able to get to and have a look at again. But it's basically got all these kind of fossils that you find here at the in the cliffs, things like cycads, jet, which is very famous, the Whitby jet, very famous place. for Jet, which is basically fossil monkey puzzle tree, and so on and so forth. But inside the museum itself, which is laid out brilliantly, there's all manner of giant fossil dinosaurs and footprints and sea swimming creatures, you know, the marine reptiles, plesiosaurs, ichthyosaurs, pliosaurs. So, pretty spectacular place. Now, again, this is the Jurassic, and a reminder of what the word Jurassic means, named after the rocks in the Jura Mountains. Nothing to do with millions of years of evolution, everything to do with where it was first studied, because it was first studied in the Jura Mountains. So, pretty nice set layout there. And the tide is already going out, so we should be able to get down and over there fairly shortly. So, yeah, keep watching out for the video update later on, where we'll have a look and see what we've actually found. Catch you in a bit.